Hey guys, welcome back to Fight Tonight channel. Gervonta Tank Davis and David Benavidez will both return to the ring on June 15th in a PBC on the Prime Video pay-per-view from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Davis will be facing Frank Martin. The 29-year-old Davis has not fought since his April 2023 knockout win over Ryan Garcia, while Martin, also 29, was last seen in July 2023 beating Artyom Haratunian in a fight that turned out more difficult than many expect. Tank will absolutely be a massive favorite in this fight, but it really is about as good a fight as is out there for him right now, particularly considering he is working in-house with PBC on fights. For many, a fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson is one of the best that can be made in the sport, and that was before this week's bad blood exchanges on social media. However, often the biggest fights are waited on so that they are perhaps commercial juggernauts, but the fighters do not meet at a point when the contest would be at its hottest. Stevenson, promoted by Top Rank, is set to fight at home in Newark, New Jersey on July 6th, while Davis is a PBC boxer who is scheduled to box Frank Martin on June 15th in Las Vegas. Top Rank President Todd was asked by BoxingScene whether it was unavoidable that one day Gervonta and Stevenson would meet. "I hope so. I think it makes sense," duBoef said. "I think those weight classes between 30 and 40 pounds are brilliant. I think there is a lot of moving and shaking going on there. I think they are all touching the weight classes and can touch all of them. Their size is good enough that they can drop in weight to lose 3 to 5 pounds and move up in weight to gain 3 to 5 pounds. So I think there is a lot of fun that can be done there, but we have got to get everybody's expectations on the table. We can talk about one day Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad were going to fight again. They were going to do a rematch. One day Floyd Mayweather and De La Hoya were going to do a rematch, and you don't want it to be the Mike Tyson-Lennox Lewis situation where it was one day, but one day too long. The 26-year-old WBC lightweight champion Stevenson is returning to the Prudential Center on the back of a drop points win over Edwin De Los Santos in a fight that failed to dazzle. duBoef insisted that Newark is a key component of the Shakur Stevenson business moving forward. "We always believed in hometowns, right?" duBoef said. "We always loved hometowns, and dating back to when Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I put the fighting Mayweathers there, and then he fought after his first title defense to Miguel Cotto, being in Puerto Rico at least once a year. It's always good to do that. It's not good to disconnect, you know? If the Lakers now played in LA and they were always in San Francisco and Dallas, you would be like, wait a second, it doesn't make sense. So I think it's nice to have a natural place, natural fight audience, great base that's in New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts areas, such a fertile ground for fight fans. So we like just being out east. I think he is one of the great fighters in today's day and age. People appreciate that and they will show up," Todd duBoef said. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.